Ian, it's a break from the league on Friday night through there at Hamilton, and a rerun of last year's final, obviously. First up, it's a great chance to progress to the semi, isn't it?
That's exactly it. As I said, when the draw was made, or after the last round, we wanted a home tie because we love playing at home. But we've got an opportunity. It'll be a really, really tough game against Hamilton. They've had a fantastic start to the season, rebounded from relegation incredibly well. It's an incredibly hard thing to do, is get a team going again after such disappointment. But John and his staff have done wonderfully well. Really, really good recruitment from them as well in the summer window. They'll be full of confidence. They'll firmly believe that they go up against us and win the game. But we believe that as well. We're in good confidence also. We've decent away record at the moment. It's a good game.
Yeah, and very obviously people will point to last year's final. They might have the psychological edge, but it's a day on which we didn't do ourselves justice, and we will look to redress that balance, won't we?
Yeah, look, last year's last year. There's nothing we can do about it now. We were desperate and unlucky not to win the game with the amount of chances we had, but the bottom line is we didn't. Psychologically, I think Hamilton will agree that it's got nothing to do with the game we're going to play on Friday evening. It's two new sets of players basically, but of course Hamilton will want to keep their hands on that trophy for as long as possible. We want to try and regain the trophy as quickly as we can. As I say, two good attacking teams who are scoring plenty of goals at the moment, going head to head, so it has the makings of a really, really good cup tie. We go there, try to win it, try to get ourselves into that semi-final.
Looking to ourselves, great preparation last weekend with that epic win at Queen's Park. You were saying to the mainstream press there that Callum Smith, Louis Vaughan have done great up front for us, and then Jamie Gullen and Jack come on and do pretty good for us as well on Saturday in the later stages. Those two guys, Jack and Jamie, they'll be chopping at the bit to continue that form. Yeah,
in fairness to the players, all of them, they're all at the moment really, really hungry to get in the team, to stay in the team, to go and play well and show everybody how good they are. So to get Jamie and Jack back, and I said that last week they came back sharper than I anticipated, which is full credit to the rehab team, full credit to the players. It's really important that when you're out injured that you come back in the best possible shape that you can, and I think we saw on Saturday the four boys that came on, Scott McGill, Dylan Easton, Jack and Jamie, the impact that they had on our team. They have so much energy, albeit we're down to 10 men, that when you're putting four players of that quality and calibre on the pitch to try and get you back in the game, then there's not many players you would pick ahead of them to go and do that. So we have to give all the boys that came on a hell of a lot of credit in the way they applied themselves, because it's really disappointing sometimes when you're not playing, and the game flipped, and they came on with a good mentality and then showed how good they were.
And so just singling out one of those incidents from one of those players in that game, I know you talked about the post-match with Davey, but can't leave it without paying credit to Jack Hamilton's header from Scott McGill's cross. I mean, that was what a finish to equalise.
Absolutely, great header, great ball in from Scott as well. Really, really, it's probably my favourite goal on Saturday, purely because Scott McGill uses his left foot. I keep going on to players that once you can use both feet, or trust yourself and believe in yourself to use both feet, then it's an incredible tool to have in your locker. And Scott's at an age where he can practice that and be really good. And probably at the time a few eyebrows raised why we put Scott on the park at left back, and purely because we trust him. He's done so well for us since he's been here. He's played in numerous positions, never gave us a minute bother. He's a good football player, and when you're down to 10 men in a game, I just believe sometimes you get your best footballers on the park and we try and get a goal back. So it was a great ball in from Scott, lovely header from Jack, and we've seen that a lot in training. He's a huge asset for us. He's going to be a huge asset for us, and we're delighted he's back.
Yeah, and of course one of the aspects that caused that reshuffle was the red card of Ewan Murray. I'm understanding it's not something that we're going to dwell on or appeal. We're sucking up, and he's suspended. Yeah. You'll miss Friday's game. I don't think we've got too many complaints with the red card. It was probably a red card offence. I saw it at the time and I wasn't sure, and then I watched it on the monitor as the referee was making his decision, and looked like a yellow that he was going to be given, and I thought we might have got away with one. So obviously linesman's intervened, and easy when you win the game and you're all happy, but I do think it was a correct decision. It's not, as I said on Saturday, it's not something I can label our players very often, that's for sure. It was a mistimed tackle. Maybe a little bit of frustration crept in. We're going to miss him now on Friday. He's been fantastic since he came back to the football club, a real leader and warrior for us, everything that we expected. He does his job, and he, again, very low maintenance, which is a manager's dream. So get the suspension out of the way and get him back. Yeah, and talk of a defender missing out leads me naturally on to ask about the likes of Dylan Corr, Keith Watson, and the other guys that are rehabbing. What's the latest?
Yeah, we're still missing Keith at the moment, and Ross Matthews. He's doing really good work on the pitch. Dylan Corr out the group is the one that's advancing quickest out of those three. Dylan's done a bit of work with us this week in training. We'll try, and as long as there's no ill effects, get Dylan full training next week, so that'll give us an option again for the Scottish Cup tie against Dunfermline. Again, it's been stop-start for Dylan. He's gained a little bit of experience. I was hoping by this point in the season we'd given him a little bit more, but injuries dictated. Well, it still seems a really good, bright young player who we think we can develop and help him.
Yeah. Overall, it means, I would assume, that Scott Brown can continue his fine form as a centre-back.
Yeah, it's always, we're still balancing up what we're going to do on Friday. Scotty is obviously dying to get back into midfield, and understandably so, but again, a bit like the Scott McGill mould, you never get a minute's bother from Scott. He's our captain. It took him a few weeks to regain his confidence and his fitness after his injury in pre-season, but I think in the last few games he's shown once again how good a leader he is as well, alongside Ewan Murray, and how good a player he is. And you just see that little bit of energy in Scott when he goes into midfield, driving us forward. In the aspect of him playing at the back at the moment, I think he's been absolutely outstanding in games. I really do. He's brought a real bit of calmness to us. He's brought a little bit of composure on the ball. There's always going to be moments that Scott gets beat in the air, because that's the nature of the beast. But I've seen 6'3", 6'4" boys get beaten there. But his reading of the game, his understanding of the game, and I think the biggest aspect is his willingness to do anything for the team.